Hi, my name is Jana, and welcome to Jana Magpie, my art channel where I do whatever happens to catch my eye. Today I'm doing Moriah Elizabeth's Create This Book Too. You can probably tell that I've already started, so before we begin I'll show you some of my favorite pages that I've done so far. And don't worry, I'll do a complete flip through when I finish the whole book. So my goal for 2022 was to try to complete this entire book. And as you'll see, I still have a lot of blank pages for how far in the year it is. So this is my cover. I did a galaxy theme. And then this is my inside cover where I just did doodles that I think came out pretty well. Some of the paint did stick together a little bit. This is my confetti page. I just colored some separate sheets of paper with different patterns and then I punched them out with different size hole punches. This is my cat wall. It is half cat, half narwhal. My rose, which I drew using the line that was provided on this page. My assortment page is one of my favorites. It's just so colorful. And this is my bird page, which I did while I was in the hospital this summer with my daughter. Oh, this one, I know she's not really ugly, but I wanted to do like one of those girls from like the 90s movies where at the beginning she's like ugly, but it's really just because she's wearing glasses. This is a picture I drew while I was in the hospital. I like it just because I think that it really represents how I felt during that time. It was kind of a hard day. This one I kind of based on my daughter who's 10. I picked hyena out of a random animal generator and then I did her kind of like a wolf girl because my daughter likes to howl like a wolf. Oh, my fruit dogs. I love this one. So I did fruits and dogs. So a strawberry and a strawberry dog. Grapes and a grape poodle. A lemon and a lemon pug. A watermelon and a watermelon husky. And an orange Pomeranian. My border page, I used one of those kinds of papers that you scratch and it has colors underneath. I'm really excited to see how this will look when I have the bleed through. For my pastel page, I did some mushroom fairies using this kind of pink mushroom that I thought would be cute. This is another thing I did in the hospital. After we'd been in there for about 10 days, I kind of had a routine down, so I wanted to memorialize my routine on this page. So these are just kind of all the things I did habitually during that time. This is another page I did in the hospital, and it took me a while because I knew a few different ways to say cat, but I looked up as many as I could think of, just because I thought it'd be fun to put the same word a million times. And here is the word itself. I pulled out 3 colored pencils. The silver kind of reminded me of those like foil cupcake wrappers. And then I did a silver cat with cotton candy and a cotton candy marshmallow. This page I did with a palette knife. And I actually really like how it came out. I'm not that good at using a palette knife, but it's just so colorful and fun. I really like this page. And here we are with today's page, Create Seasonal Decor. It's spooky season, it's October, so I was really inspired by the idea of doing an autumn scene and also kind of a Halloween thing. So I started by sketching out the page with my blue pencil. You probably can't see it yet that well, but it is a cat wearing a witch's hat inside of a pumpkin. In my mind, this cat is like a witch's familiar. His name is Smoke, and you'll see why later on. I gave him green eyes. I have 3 cats of my own. I have a black cat, a brown and white tabby and a brown tabby. But for this cat, I didn't want to do any of those. I just wanted to do a gray cat, which I have named Smoke. He has green eyes, which again is different from my cats. My cats all have yellow eyes. I'm painting Smoke with some acrylic paints to start out with. I'm using kind of a small brush because I wanted to do a lot of detail, and also because I feel like I had a lot of things on this page for how small the page is. So yeah, I'm just painting away, doing some little pointy ears. The hat's kind of on at an angle, so one of the ears is more visible than the other ear, which is a little more hidden by the hat. In this side, I have the top of the pumpkin, and then just a few autumn leaves to give it that autumn vibe. The cat is in a bright orange pumpkin. I thought about doing it as a jack-o'-lantern, but I don't know, I just ended up keeping it as just a regular pumpkin that's been hollowed out, the guts are taken out, and the cat is inside. I live in the United States, so we do commonly carve pumpkins on Halloween. I try to have the kids hollow them out themselves, but I always end up having to take out some of the guts. And then we give the kids their little pumpkin knives, and they cut their pumpkins themselves. They're kind of little, so their pumpkins are usually not expert level pumpkins, but they have fun, it's cute, and then we have our cute little Halloween decorations for outside. Do you carve pumpkins where you live? If so, let me know about it in the comments. So here I'm doing kind of a blendy yellow and orange for this leaf. I'm doing each leaf kind of its own thing. So this one I'm putting some yellow on, and then I'm going around to do the edge of the pumpkin in yellow and the inside also in yellow. So now I'm back to the leaf. I'm adding some green now. I do kind of think of green as a fall color because some leaves turn colors before other leaves. I have a maple tree outside my house, and it is currently bright orange and red, and I love it so much. But I also have an evergreen tree that never loses its leaves, and I love that tree too. All trees are okay with me. Here is another one. This one was kind of hard because it was like a compound leaf, so it had lots of little parts that took a while to paint. So mostly they're green, but I also have a little bit of yellow in them. I'm adding some green to the witch's hat that my cat is wearing to kind of tie in both sides, and then the rest of the witch's hat is purple. And it's kind of a traditional Halloween witch's hat. It's that pointed conical shape. The end is folded over a little bit because it has seen many years of use. And then it has the wide brim on the outside. I haven't really thought much about what kind of witch my cat is familiar to, but it's definitely a Halloween cat who has seen some spells in his life. I'm painting the stem brown, and now I'm going in with my Posca to do the eyes and the nose and mouth and the whiskers. Cats have those like eyebrow whiskers and the cheek whiskers, and I decided that on the side that the hat is a little bit lower, the eyebrow whiskers are hidden by the hat. I'm adding a shadow right now under the pumpkin and the lid of the pumpkin, but I am going to have to go back and fix that later on, as you'll see. And here I am messing up the, well, I guess it's, yeah, now there, that's where it happened. I messed up the lines of the pumpkin. I'm outlining the cat, and now I'm messing up the lines even more. So the lines of the pumpkin gave me some trouble here. Oh, I decided to do a cute little chest poof on the kitty. And now I'm trying to fix the lines on the pumpkin. I'm adding a little bit of shadow to give it some dimension and try to hide the line even more, but it mostly just ended up smearing it. Moment of silence for my sad, bedraggled pumpkin. I added a little bit of pink to the cheeks and then blended it in with gray to give the cat a little blushing look. And then this is what I was talking about earlier. I had to end up redoing the shadow because I painted the dirt ground that the pumpkin was growing in. And this I just did with brown. I just wanted to give the picture a little bit more of a finished look and kind of, give it a sense of place. So it is a dirt field out maybe in the woods with autumn leaves floating down in the air around it. Just filling in all the white. And now I'm adding some leaves on this page, some tiny ones just with my Posca, and some on this page to just kind of tie both pages in together a little bit more. I'm outlining my witch's hat and the brim. I'm adding some stars and moons to give it that like mystical feel so that you know that this hat is magical. And I'm redoing the shadow, like I mentioned. And now I'm adding just some little texture to the dirt so that you can tell that it's dirt. I'm trying one more time to fix my mistake. I think this time worked a little better than the previous time. I'm adding the date, and I'm finishing up with some highlights on the hat, the pumpkin. I colored the little chest poof white, and I did the catch lights in the eyes. And there you have it, another page in Create This Book 2 done and dusted. Do you have a Create This Book 2? Let me know in the comments what page I should do next.